Hi, I'm Dr. Annmarie Nicely, Associate Professor and Visitor Harassment Researcher here at Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. Welcome to this series on things you should know about visitor harassment when traveling abroad. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on 23 microtrading behaviors to watch for. So, when should you expect to be harassed by a microtrader? Our research has shown that harassment occurs during these four phases of the microtrading process: during the solicitation, sale refusal, sale, and after sale phase. Now, there are a number of ways microtraders harass visitors. We hear of microtraders circling visitors. We hear of microtraders approaching the visitor one after the other. We also hear of one or a group of microtraders calling and beckoning to the visitor. We also hear of stories of touching, the microtrader tapping the visitor on the shoulder or tapping the visitor on the hand so as to get his or her attention. We also hear of stories of pushing and pulling or shoving. So the microtrader pushing the visitor towards his or her vending area or pulling the visitor towards his or her vending area. We hear of stories of restraining, a microtrader holding a visitor's hand and not letting go, or holding a visitor's leg and not letting go. We hear of microtraders giving a service or product, indicating first that it was free, and after the visitor accepts the product or the service, demand a tip or some form of payment. We have heard of microtraders trailing visitors, walking beside them, walking behind them, popping up at various locations at the tourist destination. We hear of microtraders seeking pity during the solicitation phase. So they will tell a sad story, which sometimes is true and sometimes it's not true. We hear of microtraders stopping and forcibly showing products. Sometimes two persons might be in conversation, a visitor and someone else, and the microtrader will simply place a product directly between the visitor and the person with whom the visitor is speaking with. We hear of blocking, microtraders standing at the exit of their vending area. We hear of microtraders personalizing the product, carving a visitor's name in the product, and requesting that the visitor purchase the product. We also hear of lying and manipulation. For example, a microtrader will tell a visitor an attraction is closed to get him or her to come with him so that he or she can take the visitor to another location for payment. We also hear of stories of attempting to divide a group. So to separate the visitor from his or her party as a way to better persuade the visitor to make a purchase. We also hear of these other two examples that might include some of the other behaviors we described. We hear of microtraders insisting a visitor buy an item of little value to the visitor. We also hear of microtraders asking visitors to purchase items that the visitor believes is illegal or immoral. Now, during the sale refusal phase, we hear of two types of behaviors. One, we hear of microtraders hurling abusive and threatening language towards the visitor when he or she refuses to make a purchase. Sometimes they will also use gestures, negative gestures, when the visitor refuses to make a purchase. We also hear of begging after sale refusal. That means a microtrader asking for a donation when the visitor indicates that he or she does not wish to purchase the item the microtrader has for sale. During the sale phase, we hear of haggling or negotiating, which in some countries is cultural. We also hear of overcharging happening during the sale process. And after the sale, we hear of microtraders requesting or demanding a tip. We hear of microtraders pressing the visitor to buy other items and also to support other microtraders as well. And we also hear of stories of multi-level marketing. So when the visitor purchases a tour, while on the tour, the microtrader might insist that the visitor purchases other items and other services as well. So those are 23 ways microtraders harass visitors at tourist destinations. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful trip.